Hello, everybody. Hopefully the audio is coming through okay. Hopefully there are going to be no technical issues this time. Hopefully we're going to have a nice semi-crisp picture here. We'll find out. Because today we're going to take a gander at my pirate ship. And beyond taking a gander at it, we're going to take it apart and do some updating. Because I got a bulk lot a couple days back. Took some cleaning, Cleaning last night, finished up the sorting, so I got a pretty good supply of bricks to work with and a lot of red. But I have some red projects in the back of my mind pipeline right now. So going to use what I can here, work the rest into the red building over here, and then with whatever I've got left over, I'm going to pour into a new project. So we'll see what's going on there. But Bricks by the Bay is coming up. Got a lot of mocks submitted to that. And gonna submit some more because I just don't know if this is going to be the last LEGO convention I'm going to be able to attend. With the possibility of work in the future coming up, and also getting from point A to B. And especially even if I did get to go to one, I wouldn't be able to bring the city with me. So I'm gonna take a shot and see if I can work something up for that. So this next week is going to be primarily focused on building, getting things ready for that. And then the convention is going to be this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So yeah, it'll be fun stuff. The last stream showed you the stuff that they sent us, the little goodie bag. So good stuff there. But yeah, so a couple of highlights from this bulk lot I got. Okay, so the neighbor next door, her nephew had some stuff from his childhood, and he's a younger cat, so like this stuff coming in bulk to me was like total time capsule, right? Because this is stuff I saw on the shelf and was aware of it. Didn't really get there was one set I already had in here, but a lot of the stuff just I was aware of it when it was out there, but I didn't really get it because wasn't what I was after. But I mean, now with the chance to get it for the price I did, I mean, it took some cleanup. True. Whenever you get a bulk lot, it's going to take some cleanup. But there is a lot of Mars mission in there. So this thing here, which transforms, and I went through and double checked instructions and everything, downloaded them, made sure all the pieces were here for them, and there were a couple that I had to grab bits for, but and I'm going to probably break most of this stuff down, but for now it's fun to have together. So yeah, this transforms into a jet. Pretty cool, right? I think it's cool. That scoots in there, snaps back there. Yeah, back to a rover. And then there's a lot here, so dealing with space is going to be an issue right in a second. Another rover from the Mars mission stuff. Pretty decent little setup there. It's got like a little drill bit on the back and a couple panels that come up, and cockpit there for the individual. And there was also the alleged bad guy. Like I don't know about the Mars mission, how that all works and stuff, but I assume that these are Martians. And if like what I'm thinking is right, like these are Earth people who went to Mars to do mining and stuff. And so who is the real hero in this? I think it might be the Martians trying to defend their homeland from people coming to try and seize their resources. But that's just me. And then there are also two of this set. So the kid was into this stuff, but like it's pretty sweet, honestly. And oh yeah, I noticed there's a piece off of that one, but it's in the it's right here. There was some Aquarators or Aquazone. There was a little set for that. So you got the angler, and then there was actually two divers. There's another one somewhere. But yeah, so I remember when this set was on the shelves, and these tusks here, these long elephant tails, I guess you call them, or something like that, dinosaur tails. They are glow in the dark, and I've already got a couple of them for my underwater area, which is going to be something we're going to work on here very soon. But today we're going to work on top of the water, and that's going to be the pirate ship. But there was a lot of Star Wars stuff in here too. I do have a couple studs I need to put on here to bring this up to 100%. And where did that thing on the side go? Because I went through and there it is. I went through and I, got all the right pieces for these and everything. So there we go. Yeah, ATST. I mean, it's the original. It's the first one. It does have the ATST driver in it. This is probably one of the weirdest bits of this because like it was in pretty good condition, but like there was Elmer's glue in certain spots in here, so I had to take it apart, clean it out, rebuild it. more effort maybe than it was worth, but what can you say? What can you say? Cheap Lego, right? Also, the first General Grievous Starfighter, right? Complete lightsabers. Got it reassembled like this, and a couple of the other ones here, like when he was a kid, I guess took them apart and made some mocks, but thankfully all the stuff was still in the box. So I had to reassemble this, and I was only missing one piece for that, and that was one of these tan 1x1s. But yeah, so pretty good set there. This was the one that I already had. Of course, I don't still have it in this condition. I do still have the figures though. The original Trooper transport there with the Shadow Trooper, which is one of my favorite Star Wars figures, still in yet today. And if you know me and if you've been around, I'm a big fan of Space Police 3. Well, Space Police 3 set in here with Cranks and the Police Pursuer. Now, this is another thing that, got my mind going down a weird road this week because, like, Space Police. But who's Space exactly? Because, like, all the police are, your yellow skin minifigures, and all the assumed supposed bad guys are, different alien races. Well, who sets the laws? Like, I mean, it seems like there might be a lot of profiling going on here. So like things in space are just the same way as they are on Earth. And we need to change our overall mindset on this stuff for real. Anyway, back into the sets. We have the Hellfire Droid and Spider Droid set. And then the troopers that came along with that. So the clone droids and whatnot. It's a pretty cool set. Those are big 8x8 dishes with little chain bits or tank treads or whatever you want to think of them as around there. So yeah, and this was pretty much intact. I just had to find like 4 pieces that fell off this to put it back on. And this was totally intact except for the little antenna there on top. So yeah, the kid also had a lot of let's see here, Star Wars troop sets. So massable army stuff. So you got the rebel cats here. There's the assassin droid set. It's pretty cool. There was also like a battle droid and chunky droid set. Hey, what's going on, Zach? I was going over my little bulk haul that I got here and the stuff I was able to reassemble out of that box. So yeah, there's a lot of groovy stuff in here. So yeah, well worth the price and the effort to clean it up. It was an effort. But in the end, there was also a lot of bulk freestyle stuff in there too, and that's going to be playing into all this other stuff we got. But they may be not in the best condition. Also, there was a lot of old dark gray that's gone more brown with time and a little bit scratchy. So yeah. No, actually, not Facebook Marketplace. Next door neighbor's nephew. Like she put out the word that I'm like the Lego dude, and he was looking to get rid of his stuff, and I picked it up, and it was like, of course, it was mixed with Mega Blocks and stuff like that. So I had to extricate the Mega Blocks and the connects, get everything sorted. So that stuff is all out in the garage. I had to like quarantine that stuff, just get it out of here. So there's no chance of it showing up in here. And then yeah, I sorted through and got all this stuff. Like the big pulls here, of course, are the Grievous Starfighter, which is super soft, super soft, super smooth. And then the ATST, the original one. So Yeah, very convenient. Yeah, I didn't even have to go looking for this. Like this came to me. This is Lego that sought me out. So there's a little brick serendipity happening there, right? And there was also some troll stuff in here. So you got like skeleton warrior on a skeleton horse. This is my first skeleton horse, so good stuff. Yeah, I think I counted it up, probably 17 sets altogether. But $5, $10 sets, $20 sets, maybe some 25 stuff. A couple maybe in the 30 range with like the ATST and I think General Grievous, a starfighter, and one of the Mars mission things. And then there was this agent set that had the 2 crocodiles with some robotic stuff on their back, and like there was this little bike, and then there was a little platform. So I got 4 more supports that I'm going to need for when I redo this thing over here. So yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. And then there's this other agent bit here with this little backpack helicopter. Hey Matthew, what's going on? Taking a look at my little haul here for bulk action. And then there was an Exoforce set in there. You're right. So it's one of the robot baddies. It's missing actually 1 piece and a couple of stickers. But like this is kicking it old school, yo. I remember when this was on the shelves and I eyed this like quite a few, like, because I've always been like into Lego, and like when I couldn't afford Lego, I would always like walk into toy aisles and just like ogle the boxes and make things with my mind. I know it sounds weird. It's totally weird, but that's fitting. But yeah, this one's pretty sweet. And so this is another robot I've got here. This little side cannon's cool. Now I will say, putting this thing back together and finding all the pieces for it, back in this era of Lego, I think we're talking 2006, somewhere around here, maybe 7, maybe 8. I got this is one of the 3 that came with instructions here, so I'm gonna check it out. Oh, 4 bulk bags, nice, very nice. I love, the cleaning is a little bit tough, but the sorting is a little bit fun. Just it can get a little bit fun. Let's see if I get a year here. Oh, we're talking that. Oh, yeah, 2006. And then it's got some of the other sets. And these, honestly, as far as mechs go, the ones back in the day were a little bit anemic, but these were the first mechs that, had at least an eye to the Japanese culture influence there. With Gundam and, Evangelion and things like that, people from the 90s, starting to make Lego sets that got into anime and stuff like that. So yeah, good stuff. And let's see. So yeah, we're just missing one of these, like this piece here on the leg. One of them was supposed to go up here, and that's the only thing I'm really missing for this. And I sorted out all the rest of that lot last night, and I didn't find it in there. So what can you do? And I was sure I had one to replace that, because this one is actually a little bit different than your regular slope. And I'll show you here, because you can even see it when it's got that grill on the top on the studs there, how it's got that extra little hump that comes up, right? So I know I've got this in another color. I don't think I have it in black. I think it's maybe like a dark blue or something like that. So that's something I got to find. And I'm sure I've worked it into a vehicle or some kind of interior space or something in the city. So when I go through and rebuild everything, I'll keep an eye out for it. But I don't know if I'm going to keep this together. But for right now, I can't really deal with breaking it down and sorting everything. So I'm just going to keep it like this. Yeah, remocking for sure. But the colors are, brilliant. The color schemes on this, like, that was a really cool thing about Exoforce, is like they had like good color action working on, like good complements, things popped right. It wasn't like some sets you see, especially around that time, where things kind of looked out of place. Like there was a color in there just for, because that was the only block that they had, kind of a thing. All right, so yeah, so we got this whole little table here. Do a little pan down so you can see. It's just a lot of them. And then we got a basin probably this much bigger that I had to sort last night. And then, of course, the ATST over here. Boom. I got some more minifigs and stuff over here. There was another troop transport that was in there from Star Wars. It was a clone trooper transport. I didn't go through and build that because it's just like this really thin-looking speeder. But had these two boss looking dudes in there, right? Then, a couple regular clone troopers. But those are pretty sweet. There was another transport for the battle droids. So, like, more of these cats and more basic battle droids. Here are the, we got a bicycle in there too. Right. Here are the Crocs. Now, these Crocs are in dark green, which is the other one that I have is regular green, and then I've got like the tan one from the hidden side. But these ones are pretty sweet. And they had robotic stuff on their back. I took it off. I could put it back on again if I wanted. I don't know. But these Crocs have always been one of the reasons why I always considered getting that set, but like there was always something else at that price point that, attracted me more. Oh, lots of Batman, Indiana Jones, Pirates of the Caribbean, Ninjago, and minifigures. Oh, that's a good show, yo. That's a nice one. So I wish I could score more things, but I don't like the thrift stores and things around here don't really have like. Well, if they have it, like I'm sure somebody that is in the know is already on top of it and getting the Lego and the bulk brick that they get. But every time I go in there, I haven't been able to find any, except for back in the early days when I was doing this. And Star Wars minifigs with the sets. And actually, a lot of my minifigs are mixed in with everything that's going on. Now, these troopers, because they're kind of generic figures and they don't really have like a specific character attached to anything, they're probably all going to be amassed in some kind of area. I kind of want to make a spaceport. Like eventually I'd like to make a spaceport where I can just like house all my aliens and my Star Wars figures, the random troopers and everything. But in general, most of the Rebel and Resistance folks are housed inside the Millennium Falcon. I've got like 25 or more figures, and this is the latest Millennium Falcon, crammed in there right now. So most of them are in there. And if it's something with a vehicle, when I got the figure and I still have the vehicle assembled, they're in that vehicle. So Poe's X-Wing, A-Wing, some of the stuff from Solo. It's all down in the spaceport there. Half price as well. Oh, good show, yo. Gotta love a bargain. That's one thing about the Lego life. You got to love a bargain. And now I found this one in there, and I know this isn't the correct stuff for this body, but an old Life on Mars alien, which I've kind of been getting into these guys lately. I got two of them back here with my troll stuff that once I get like a hub area where I can get like a large population of people just gathered into this big plaza, which is what I'm planning to do over here by the subway when I get a station set up for that. So that's going to be like a large gathering area. And when I get that all set up, there's just going to be a lot of figures in there. I'm hoping to populate at least 250 or 300 figures in that area just to absorb a lot of what's come in lately. And I mean, that should make it so I can rebuild some buildings without having to, have diaspora all around my room. Daily Bugle. Yes. Daily Bugle is, it's visually is fantastic. Visually, like it looks great. It's a great skyscraper. As soon as like everything, I got to rebuild that window. Cornado was working on his last night, and he just built it straight up unbroken. But I had to build it broken at least once, and I just wanted to kind of live with that for a while, just to see how it felt. But I think now I'm ready to go back and turn it into a regular window. Just get the repair crew up there and start working on things. So that's going to be very soon that I'm going to work on that. But before I do too much with the Bugle, I want to get the spot where it's going to go all set. So I got to rework, do a little camera pan here. So what I've got to develop in here, and you can kind of see the lighthouse is just kind of thrown in here. Wayne Manor is moved back over that side out of the way a little bit so I can develop this. I need to bring it over at least one more base plate, right? And so I got to make this structure that I have in here, this lattice work of Technic bricks. And then, support it with some extra bricks there just so I can have the base plates on top and they'll slide easily. And then I need to get more support beams, probably about 10 more, just to make another row. And then I got to go through here and extend these. So I got to pull all these buildings off go through and rework and reinforce that, send that over. And then I can work on the back cave, because then I'll know the the area will be defined as to where I can work on Wayne Manor and getting it all set up again. But you can see, like, now that I've moved everything over here this way, I've got that little window ledge that I have to deal with now. So I have to rebuild Wayne Manor to accommodate for the window ledge and make sure everything looks right. And so, I mean, it's one of those things that's popping around in my mind right now, trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to do that, how it's going to work out, logistics of the thing. Everything else has got to get built before that. So, the order of operations and then the actual thing, because there in my city, there's an order of operations. There are things that have to get built to absorb parts and also to free up other parts for other builds. So it's constant round robin in here. It's utter chaos at times, but I've managed to keep it somehow under control. So yeah, it's going to take some work over there. Unicron. I don't have a video on here, and it's actually not a build that I did. That's Transformers Armada Unicron. Let me grab him real quick. Yeah, and I think this was the second one that came out, because I think the first one that they did was more of a purplish, or I could be backwards on that. But I wanted to get the one that was more traditional Unicron in the Transformers movie color. So this was back in the day, and this was like $45 or something like that when I bought it new. And you can hear a rattle. Yeah. So there's somebody trapped in one of his legs, and like they're wedged. It was one of the smaller Transformers, because he's got multiple compartments on there, and so you can store smaller figures in his legs, and it like wedged in there the wrong way, I think, because I had the weapon still attached to it, so I can't get that out. I'm gonna have to like get in there with the mini screwdrivers, take that leg apart, and then reassemble it once I get that thing out of there. So that's gonna be a lot of work. But like when he's assembled, transformed, he's really sweet. But yeah, this is that little stack there is mostly non-Lego stuff, and this is at the top of it, because yeah, Unicron, special place in my heart. But it does have some sweet features to it. And yeah, on more than one occasion, I've lost these missiles. But yeah, the rattling does drive me nuts. So he just kind of stays in place. And when he transforms, and he takes up a lot of space, because but maybe someday I'll transform him. I don't know. Possibly, we'll see. But I feel like I can't, and that Transformer Lego territory, that's kind of BX Bricks' that's his wheelhouse, so I can't really interfere in that, and I don't want to, because he does such a good job with his stuff. Like if you've ever watched it, it's Jermaine from season 1. Like his stuff is just sweet. Like he did sea spray that I need to recreate, because I love me some sea spray, so I got to get down with that. But you can also see there I got the Generation 1 Jetfire, because that was the best Transformer ever made. Mostly because it's not really a Transformer. It's Macross that they kind of slapped another label on and called it a Transformer. And it's really awesome. So yeah, good times. All right, so something else I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a little teaser, a little spoiler, because we got the Liz build coming up, right? And this I think it's another 2-week build for the Tricky Bricks. So we got the Liz challenge. So build something with Liz, and I had it built before the end of the stream, honestly, because like I had this thing kind of started, and I knew what it was going to be eventually, but like some parts had just come in for it, and so when I took it the rest of the way and finished it up, I'm building it up a little bit here, because it's a very small thing, but. And as soon as Richard mentioned like mech, and he's like talking, and when he mentioned mech, it was almost in the same breath that he was talking about the loader that Ripley used in Aliens. And so this is my little Liz mech. Yeah, she's pretty boss in this thing, yo. So this is like a lot of really big, large pieces. So this bit under here, like this big L. It's an entire solid big L. That's one. It's like an old cockpit from something, and then the yellow bit here from the submarine, right, tacked onto that, and then kind of locked in with these Technic bars. Then these old bionic, Throwbot, I think these are like Throwbot arms. You put a disc in there or something, and it'll fling it. And then these were from some old space or aqua themed thing where it was like an exosuit deal, but like 1 foot was the exosuit. So yeah, then I've always seen those. I've always wanted to do like a Ripley type loader with it. And then like things just came together at the right time. And as I was finishing the assembly on this, Richard mentioned that, and I was like, oh man, well, didn't he hit that right on the head? So yeah, there it is. Little Liz mech. I like it. Yeah, nice, Matthew. Yeah, I was excited about the Liz because she's just awesome. Like mini dolls, it took me a second to get into, but when they came out with the what are they, micro dolls, I was just like, oh, that's so cool. I got like a couple of those storybooks with them, and yeah, so I'm very happy with this. And yes, I did work in some lavender. That's actually light lavender around the top because it actually goes pretty nicely with the yellow. You can't really see it; it looks a little bleached on camera here, but like in the flesh, in the eye, like the yellow, it just blends in just the right way. Tonally, they're pretty close, so it's not too obtrusive, and it just kind of works for me. Hey, Monica, what's going on? You're in time just in time to see the Liz mech. Yeah, she's in there. She's living the life, and these gears turn, but they don't really do anything. But yeah, so I greebled it up a little bit, and I was just very happy with this little build. It's cute, and I think it's going to stick around. Yeah. So yeah, and earlier, Monica, we went over like a bulk buy I'd gotten because I don't really get bulk buys because I don't do the Facebook Marketplace. But like somebody heard that I was in the Lego, and so then they passed the word on to somebody else, and then they were like, hey, I got the stuff. So yeah, I got a pretty good haul. A lot of Star Wars stuff, a lot of Mars missions, some various things, some freestyle bricks. Like there's a ton of bricks. Like this is what my brick drawer is looking like right now. Like this is how thick we are. It's nice. This is so nice. So that's repopulated, and that's going to allow me to work on some other projects and get some things going again. And on Brickanista's stream yesterday, I showed that I'm working on Chester here. He's almost ready. I just got to work with the little stuff that goes out from his eyes. They got to be longer and a little bit fluffier or something somehow, but he's almost there. So Chester's in the works. I've got a Phoenix that I'm working on right now, which after I showed it yesterday, it kind of fell apart in a couple places. But I got stuff in the mail coming for that, and some stuff from Texas to work on it. So that's going to be put together pretty soon. Then I'll show you when it's finished. But I've been doing like little teaser posts of it on Twitter because that's where I like do my work in progress kind of posts. So yeah, that's the thing happening. But yeah, it took a while for the Liz Poly bag to pop up around here, and I only found it at Target. So when I find it at Target, it means that 4 months later I'm going to find it at the regular place that I go to get Lego because they get a lot of stuff on clearance. And if you're not from the Midwest area, it's a store called Meyer, which is it's a pretty good store. Their people are unioned. They treat them pretty well. It's actually a pretty good place to work. All right, so I'm going to scoot some stuff, and we're going to take a look. Oh, and I got my first ever Duplo. Like, I'm 44 years old, and I finally got Duplo. Yeah, so I made a little windmill with it. It's got police lights on top because, what windmill doesn't? Maybe I should put them lower. Yeah, that kind of works. Yeah. But yeah, so these are cool. And there's 2 pearl gold Duplo bricks in there. So yeah, these are kind of awesome and chunky. I love them. And Duplo is kind of expensive to get your hands on. So back in the day, I had this grand dream of making like Duplo legs for tables that Lego City would sit on that was made out of Technic and all that. But I dashed those hopes long ago because I'm like, dude, just like go to IKEA, spend $40. Don't try and like drop what'll probably be like $400 or $500 on trying to make a table out of Lego. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to be that much of a purist. It's not. There goes the Duplo. All right. Meyer. Everyday low prices. All that stuff. Oh, and here's a couple like I kind of isolated these pieces from the bulk buy because they're cool ones. So I got like the chrome bars there. Yeah. I love these things so much. I got me a dark pink flag because dark pink, right? And like this is the only piece of dark pink that was in there. So I'm like, oh. Yeah. And then there are a couple more of these, but I'm just showing this. Yeah, IKEA and Lego are in cahoots. Yeah. So yeah, it technically does. It technically does. And I mean, I'm okay with that. I've made my peace with it. But there are these 2x3s, and they're like McDonald's bricks or something like that. So I think this is a chicken nugget with a face, is what I think this is. I think they also had a Grimace one. I know just Ronald McDonald was in here. And some other bird girl with the beak. I think she's like got red hair and ponytail. So she looks like Wendy Bird undercover working at McDonald's. I don't know. Something like that. Very strange. Yeah, so this is like an old blast from the past one. And it's not like your normal 2x3 slope, which these they got a little bit of a roughness there, some texture, right? But these are completely smooth. And I think it might just be because I had to put the printing on there. But you can see the way it catches the light, right? It's just like a clean sheer surface. It's a rare thing, and it's exciting. And for a second, that kind of threw me off because I was going through this stuff, finding the Mega Blocks and getting those out. Like I noticed that the Mega Block slopes are also smooth like that. So just something for me to keep in mind. The rest of these little bits, I'm just gonna get out of here. There were a couple coins, and Tiffany's pretty fascinated by the little Lego coins, the little gold one. She's like, oh, a little coin. I'm putting too much into that. She wasn't really that excited. She just happened to remark on it. She's like, oh, a coin. All right, so pirate ship. Yeah, shiny Lego coins. They actually used to come on like one of those little sprue, I guess you call it. So it'd be like a pack of 4, and then you break those off. And of course, I broke them off. But the cool thing was, and you couldn't really use the center of the sprue for anything. But it was also gold plated, so I kept it around. I might even have a couple somewhere. Yeah, I think actually maybe in here. But yeah, it just looks like a nugget of gold plating. So it's pretty awesome to have as a random piece. So it might be in here, but yeah, this is my ship. This is the Bia's Folly, named after my old cat, Gia. So it's Bia's Folly, of course. And it's a little dusty. We haven't worked on her, too much lately. I think it was definitely pre-pandemic since I've been back in here with the crew and everything. But yeah, so I got a lot of stuff on here. Actually, I do have to get... Where did I put that? So I had Brick and Easter ready to go in here, but I can't remember where I put her. I think she may have seen it, but I don't know if she's like seen the close-up, full-on deal of it. Shoot, I had her ready to go. Drat. Oh well, maybe I did throw her in here somewhere. But yeah, so this is Bia's Folly. She's a pretty our ship. This is what got me out of my because I don't really acknowledge that I had a dark age. I had an age where I couldn't afford Lego. So this is me coming out of that because I got like the hull. It was a junior set. At that time, that's what they called the 4+ stuff. So it was a junior set, and it had like those big clunky figures. It was pretty cheap because I got it 75% off clearance because my local Toys R Us was going out of business. So I got that, and then I'm like, well, this is great for like little kids, and the base stuff like the hull and a couple of the deck pieces were a good starting point for an actual build. So this is what got me into going on Bricklink and getting going to stores and buying bulk lots of stuff, because I'm like, where can I get bricks? And at that time, that was pretty much it. But I had never been to a Lego store, so I didn't know if there was pick a brick wall at that time or anything. But I had to bulk this up, so I went on there and started getting stuff, red bits, and the rest is history. Like once I got access to that and found it, and I could put in like a $20 order of bricks and get like more of the stuff I want and less of the stuff that's just going to have to be sorted and sit around for years and not get used anyway. So it's a great thing. And over, like this is one of those things that I've had for so long that over time it just keeps getting rebuilt and rebuilt and rebuilt. And it's even got on the back there, you see the name of the vessel. And these for the windows, I've been using these little fence pieces forever. I really want to update them to something with shutters, something that looks good, like they have in the Creator 3-in-1 set, and also in pretty much any other Lego pirate ship that they've ever put out. But I don't have many of those shutter windows, so that's something I gotta try and figure out what to do there. I'm gonna take a little sip of coffee because it's like 12:30, right? It's 12:30 and I have to. Oh my God. And I was on Bricklink last night and I was looking at things, right? Going through somebody's store. And then I saw one of these flags and I had forgotten I had this flag on the front of there because of the angle it's sitting on top of the shelf. I couldn't see that. It's like, oh my God, I need to get that flag. It's $9. They want $9 for that flag. Why didn't I ever get that flag before? But I got that flag. So crisis averted. If I could have told myself last night, dude, just take a closer look. You won't have to worry about that. It would have saved me 20 seconds of, mental anguish. But everyone, ahoy, ahoy, what's going on, yo? Taking a look at Bia's Folly, me old pirate ship here, and probably going to take a look and see if there's much I can do to update it. The more and more I look at this, like I feel like it's getting to that point where it's almost at its final stage, and I shouldn't really do too much more to it. But if you guys have any suggestions of what I could do, pop it in there, because the color scheme for the original stuff that came with this ship, the junior ship, we had the hull here, which wasn't really widely available. They put it out again, like in two pieces, the bow and the stern, because they are separate pieces, for the drum string ship from the Harry Potter, like the first time around for the Harry Potter. It was for Victor Crumb. It was the for the tournament, Tri-Wizard and that. And it was kind of a weird, dopey looking thing the way they made it. So I never did get those pieces, but I already had these. And at one point, I'm not sure what they're going for now, but at one point on Bricklink to try and get the centerpiece, because this is the only set that it ever came in. If you wanted to get make a longer ship, it would be like, it started at like $25. So I was like, no. Because at one point I wanted to extend it, but I was just like, you know what? I got enough going on here. We're good. I did get get a bricks and pieces order and get most of the pieces for this tattoo cat from the Pirates of Barracuda Bay, but then I put a different face on him just because I wanted to have somebody being seasick. But I do love that tattoo torso so much. And maybe a couple of the video people will make their way onto the ship eventually. Who knows? But you know what? As we go through here, I'm just going to start grabbing figures and getting them off there. Just some old minifigs and whatnot. They all have names. They all have duties. There's Ship's Manifest. It's like tucked away in a box somewhere far away. And then I have a Buccaneer Lady. I be working on the pirate ship. I be working on Bia's Folly. She's in the dry docks today. We're taking a look, going through, seeing what I could update on her. Anything more modern, because there are a couple color scheme things that could be honed in a little bit more. I could find a way to work in more light gray on this to kind of balance out the top side of this hull. And I wish I could take it all. I probably could, but it would be an entirely different stream. And I'd need more table space to take it all apart and show you exactly how these hull pieces are, because they're hollow inside and they can float. And they have here. Oh, and yes, we have a samurai on board. His name is Toki. We have Spears Woman. She gets the business done, yo. She's hardcore. What else have we got on board here? We've got, of course, Captain Jack. It's because, I was going to stay away from the Pirates of the Caribbean stuff, for so long because I had the ship, right? And that's my pirate love. All in one ship. I don't need a fleet. I don't need an armada. I just need one ship and, a port to sail out of. That's pretty much all I need. And so I didn't really want to get into that stuff. And then, the movies were okay, but like not great to me. Like they were watchable, but nothing rewatchable. Put it like that. But I do love Johnny Depp. But the reason why I got that is because, playing all the Lego games, there was a Lego Pirates of the Caribbean game, and it was fun as all get out. So like I got that in honor of that. It's just when I finish one of those Lego games, like if I don't have any representation for it, I try and get a little something from it. And then we have the captain here. Redbeard, keeping it real. You are on this ship, Brickanista. I think. Well, you're slated to be on this ship, and you were at port waiting to board, and somehow, some way, like I rearranged the shelf just recently, and I can't find where the heck I put you. But I know you're over here because I had. But let me check and see. Maybe you're in here. Yeah, there you are. All right, Brickanista is now on board. There. Yeah, because I wanted to get it down and make sure you were at the helm when I did this. So you're gonna be piloting the pirate ship. No pressure. Just the entire crew's lives on your hands. No pressure. Dun dun dun. Scoot all these figures back into here. There we go. There. All right, now the world is correct. Now the world is right. Now Brickanista's on board. There we go. Now you're at the helm. Actually, I might even do the way you did your pirate wheel, because I have like the single formed wheel that this thing came with. But it's a little bit bulky. But yeah, so there we go. Let's see. We got Captain Hook. He's on board, of course, because how many captains can you fit on a pirate ship, right? And let's not even bring Stephanie into the mix right now. And this came with Monkey. This came with a Monkey. However, in my youthful exuberance, when I got the Empire State Building, I cut the tail off the Monkey, so I made little King Kong to go up the side of the building. Sorry, Monkey. Curly tail gone. All right, so that's everything on deck, and then we got of course the. I believe that's the Silent Mary or something like that from the Pirates of the Caribbean. And we got our little skiff here, our little dinghy. Ready for extracurriculars, right? Yeah. Stephanie's definitely up to her shenanigans today, headed one. I do need to find a better way for this rudder. I need to find like a perfect, I can do it now. I'm sure I've got the capability, if not the pieces, to be able to assemble a rudder that doesn't fall off every time it touches bottom. So you can see the rudder here. It's just held on by like 4 studs and not that great. So anytime it catches any friction, it's going to pick up on something. But we got a little bit of a turn to it. And it's on the turntable there. But yeah, it just does not want to stay. And let's see if I can do this without tipping too much. It's a pirate ship. It better be able to go to the side a little bit in the way is. You can see underneath here a place right there where this will take a ballast. It'll take a ballast because this hull, as you can see, is unitary and it flows. Well, each of the cells of the hull are unitary. All right. So there it is. There's that. Yeah. As far as kidnapped animals go, we got a nice little pirate there, or pirate parrot. I keep saying pirate for everything. We got to pirate this, pirate that. It's like Smurf with me right now. We pirate this. All right. So let's see. We got cannons. Oh, we got cannons on board, folks. Are my fingers still nimble enough to access the cannons without going below decks? I think so. Let's see. And these are the non-shooting cannons. I didn't want to get shooters. Mostly because of price, I think, at this time. But they weren't, they weren't exactly bad to get. But all the cannon bases, I believe, are brown in here because I didn't go through and get that updated. So yeah. So we got one side there coming through, all four. Boom, bada boom, bada boom. Cargo nets. Oh yeah, we got cargo nets. Actually, the cargo nets got taken off board with the cargo because like all of my netting, I've got like 3 nets and they were on the ship here. 2 of them have made their way onto the shrimp boat from the hidden side. One of them used to be like permanently suspended up here on decks when I didn't have the boat, the dinghy suspended from the little hook here. And then actually these things at the side here are good for catching sea life, or not catching sea life, but storing like large bodied sharks and things of that nature. So let me get the other cannons run out. Boom. Boom. And one more. Boom. Yeah, so we're good. It's like 7540 or something, 7580, something back in like the 74s and 75s. So it's a 2004 ship. I can't exactly remember the name of it either. I think it's like Redbeards, Runners. I probably wrong, probably completely wrong, but it was a junior set from that time. 7580, is that right? Something like that. But yeah, it's an old one. Largest official Lego piece would be? I don't know. Base plate's pretty big. 48 by 48 base plate would probably be my guess for what the biggest official Lego piece is. But there could be something bigger. I know they had a dirigible for like time cruisers. They had like an airship top dirigible bit. That was pretty big, but still it's not as big as a 48 by 48 base plate. So that would be my guess. Oh, thanks, Brickanista. She's mighty yar, this ship. We love her. She gets us where we need to go. So I think we're gonna start going below decks here and taking a look. But yeah, sharks and dolphins. Like I had like all of my sea life before I started my underwater area. This was filled up with it. So sharks, rays, hammerheads, swordfish, the whole 9, you name it, it was there. All right, so to take off the sails, you just got to do a couple things here. You got to pull a pin at the front and get this little reel off the bow. Take these anchors, or take that anchor off of that. Yeah, all you have to do, 16 very simple steps to removing this. And then that's one. And actually, can I show you this from here? I might be able to. So you see how this mast is. At the top, you got your standard mast that you've, everybody's used them recently, and you see them everywhere. But there's a little. Do folks know there was a second piece that this went and attached to that broadened it out a little bit as it went further down. So. Something, a little piece of pirate history there. All right. And last bit. So there we go. Now she's down to just the decks. We got all this stuff there. So for the longest time, I used to have like a center bit going through here that, you know, all the utilities and basic things that the crew would need to use would be attached to, like fishing poles and stuff. But that ended up taking up a lot of room. So I consolidated that down, got rid of that. Try to make more deck space, you know. So all of the fishing gear is just stowed right through the top side of the deck. And let's see if I can shift it again to show you the top side. I still need to anchor this keg down. So we have a keg on board on deck for libation, right? All right, so here's the deck looking down. Not having too much roll on you. So you can kind of see, my compass. I'm sorry, me compass. So you kind of get a look at what's going on here on the deck, the way everything's situated and laid out, you know, all the room that we've got to work with there. You can see the anchor system, which is, you know, rudimentary and old school, but, you know, as you can see there, that, what do you call that? Foxhole? That bow area has got the those two little pinholes, so that fits right into it. And makes a pretty good anchor. An anchor reel there. And then, of course, we got mop for swabbing the deck. I got that, that half spiral staircase. Working on a good solution for stairs up to the deck, or up to the back part of the ship. God, my terminology is escaping me right now. But you watch, in 5 minutes I'll remember it, and I'll just like randomly blurt the word out in the middle of a sentence. But yeah, so it's going to the top of that there. It was a lot, because at first I had, you know, like one of the regular staircases going up there, and then like I had a brick built one and a couple different things and a couple different solutions. They didn't really work well, especially if you need to get below the decks. But with this spiral staircase, it's unitary, you know, single piece. You just take it right off there, and then I can get that bottom bit right out. It just goes right in every time. So really easy to work with on that. But yeah, and then you can see we got the grating for the deck there to allow the under area to breathe. And you can actually, when the light is just right, you can kind of see into there. It's pretty sweet. All right, so we're gonna take a look now at the cabin area. I need another drink, man. This is thirsty work, pirate and ship, being a shipwright and whatnot. About me compass, and I'm very disappointed because, and I'll show you this here first. You can see the underside of the compass. The tube side is split, so trying to get it to clutch with any kind of, like, a quarter of it is gone. So we're trying to get it to clutch with any kind of regularity. Yeah, just chip right off. Is going to be impossible. So I'm going to have to figure out a good way to house it, because you see there, and you see how it's rotating inside. It is a functional compass. It is magnetic. So like I said, I like this, and give you just kind of a basic reading of what the directions are. So yeah, it's a functional compass on board my ship. I'm very, very pleased about this bit. And that sits right there above the helm. There, it sat in there. So fingers crossed that it stays for a while, at least. And now watch, when I take the cabin off, it's going to fly somewhere. Port, stern, bow. Why is that word failing us? All right. Now let's see if I can remember to do this correctly. Yeah, the entire cabin comes right off. And one of the great things about this ship, when it came out, yes. Now this is another very large piece, and I'm kind of the king of getting like large Lego pieces, because at first back in the day I was like, why are they doing all this? But now I'm like, it makes things so much lighter if you can use a massively huge piece to cover a large area. And I mean, weight has become a big consideration for me in my builds lately. But you see, this is an entire piece, this rear upper deck. And actually I have it for the bottom of the cabin as well. Yeah, that's massive. That is massive. It's got some Technic pins here in the front and in the back. That's in the back. That's how I got the Be His Folly on there. Man, that's huge, right? And it's got that little bit of curved taper to it right there. So it's like prefabricated, pre-made, ready to go, solid, holds up in a storm. You don't have to worry about boards being smashed by drunken sailors and whatnot. It's all good. Now this, looking at this, I'm kind of liking the way I got the room set up in here now. The way I've done the cabin interior before, it's been a little cramped. Tried to throw a lot of sleeping quarters and things in there, and you know, the various captains and whatnot. Now here's a figure. Yes, that's one of our shipmates there, and he's got that. I don't even know what kind of green that is. Like Lego doesn't really do that green too much. It's not lime. It's not aqua. It's not turquoise. It's almost like 50s appliance green, like straight up legit. Even more so than dark turquoise is. So maybe light turquoise. I have seen that there are like 3 or 4 pieces in light turquoise somewhere. Yeah, very nice for that. So yeah, the cabin itself too is just built right up on that. Now the only issue with that is the entire top isn't studded, as you'll see when I give you the look down in here. It does have those 2 large bare patches, right? So you gotta kind of work around that and figure out things, but I mean, pretty good interior space that you can get from that for a cabin area. And you know, the light comes in pretty well from those grates. Some trophies, some keys, a little grog in there, you know. Sorry, the sail is settling over there. And the door slightly ajar. There we go. The door not ajar. So yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Medium green, medium cool. So when is a door not a door? Well, we all know that. But yeah, so we got sea charts in here, we got maps and everything. Oh yeah, and because I was kind of going around the edge on the table there, that is a printed piece. That is not a sticker, and I believe that came with this set. And yeah, magnifying glass, which is a functional magnifying glass, looking right down there at the sea chart. So very cool things going on in the cabin. Like I say, I've been doing things with this ship ever since like I came out of my poor ages. This was the thing. Like, you know, I had maybe 3 or 4 sets before this. Small things like the cloud car from Bespin. I had that old diver set that I had gotten because I was like, oh my god, Lego sharks are back. I need to get some. You know, those are the ones that kind of slowly walk through, and because I was always a toy person, a toy aisle walker, always trying to be aware of what's out there. I was very up on Lego sets as they came through, and then I don't know why, but I have a chest here on top, and it's got that little hook part so we can pick that up. It's got magenta microphones in there. I'm not sure why I did that with the magenta microphones. I'm thinking. At some point, I thought it was either A, funny, or B, there was a reason for it. So, lavender lug, hashtag lavender lug, for real. I need to get some lavender in this mug for the lavender lug. Lavender microphones. Those were magenta microphones, unfortunately. If I had some lavender microphones, for sure, I'd be using them. All right, so taking the deck apart. You can take the deck apart. Each of the little sections just comes off right like that. And I made that very specifically so you can get right down in there. And like I say, that came probably in the last couple of iterations where I was able to get it to where you can do that without having to remove the sails first. So I was very proud of that moment. But you know, I mean, Lego is the thing. Like the more you do it, the more things you see, the more pieces you get eventually when you go back and revisit things. So like it all changes. But I think I got this back bit here, so it comes off in one piece. Or no, that's right. It was wedged in by these. Come on, peel off. There we go. So yeah, we just gotta. See, 6 grates all total there. So now once I put these in a spot where they're not going to tumble away onto the floor while I show you these other bits. There. Now I can take a look on the inside. And then, yeah, these barrels. Unfortunately, I've got these barrels of gunpowder and stuff sitting next to the cannons, but I have to take those out when I tip it because there are no studs underneath them. They sit in there pretty well, but there are no studs. That is another thing I can address in here today. So we're gonna spend a little time after we go through doing some stuff to it. All right, so beneath decks, and you see we got a lot of space in there. All right, we got our cannons run out. We have our cook in there, Monty, all of our other crew people. Do a little turn. So yeah, pretty roomy. And at one point I had hammocks up everywhere. Oh, there's a net. There's my fish net. At one point, yeah, I had hammocks up everywhere in here for the entire crew. And then I had to dial that back because you couldn't really access or do much beneath there. Get this back on. There we go. And then, yeah, so the galley, of course, would be towards the bow here. Can't really see it too well, but there's actually like a hot plate and stuff in there. And then constructing this bow bit, Monty. No, I just was coming up with silly names one night. So his full name is Montgomery Mincer, but he's called Monty. And because his grill's a little bit messed up, he's called Monty Gums. So yeah, Monty Gums. But yeah, working trying to get this brick built and get that bow just right. Like every time I redo this ship, that was something I revisited over and over again because I couldn't quite get it to where I liked it until just this last couple times. So that's pretty much set. Right, and so when you do have the cannons run all the way out, one of the cool things is there are panels in the bottom of the hull where you can store things. Because it's like an entire huge hollow space underneath there. But they have it set up exactly too, so you can do that. And so you see there, we got 5 treasure chests and more stacked under there. All right, this is why I love this hull, because you can do so much with it. It's not like your brick built hulls where you gotta incorporate this stuff yourself. It's already in there. So yeah, we got jewels and gold. I'm gonna see if I can find that little gold ingot in here. Oh yeah, there's a lot of booty up in here. Actually, there's some contraband in here too. I got to make sure that these guys are on the up and up. I'm going to try and see if I can find that little gold coin sprue because I think it's in here. If it would be in the ship, it'd be on one of these. Nope, it's all jewels and coins and maps. But yeah, we could fit a lot of them in there. And actually, I do have a lavender chest now that I can get in here. Hashtag lavender lug. Right. Man, it's been a while since I've been in the ship, and I'm impressed with what I did the last time in here. I'm like, well, yeah, that works, yo. Oh, that's so perfect. All right, so and here's another notable member of the crew. You can see formerly known as a keychain. Contraband croissants. Oh, we're gonna find. In that place, Zach, we got 5 chests just in that place. But I can fit some more booty in there. But this crew member's name, don't groan too loudly, is Santiago, and he's our navigator. So he's the guy with the sextant. So yeah, Santiago, the navigator. I know what I did there. No apologies either. All right. And is that cat there? And then Princess Leia outfit with one of the episode 1 alien people's headbit. And this cat here, I can't remember a lot of these folks' names, which is so sad because it's so crazy. Nora remembers, right, Nora? Yeah. Hi. Yeah. You want to come on up? I don't know. We're taking a look at the pirate ship. So yeah, Nora's here. Oh, found the contraband. We got contraband in the hulls, folks. And the person who was supposed to protect it apparently kind of got forgotten about. There. Actually, the manifest isn't on the cell phone. The manifest is on a sheet of paper. It's stored somewhere. It goes a little bit in depth. It's almost like an ancient scroll. So here's Nora. Hi, Nora. Yeah. Yep. And there's Monty. Yeah, this is back before they had lobster. This is a red scorpion. This is gonna be what they got. It's what you got for dinner, and you're gonna like it. Or you're gonna go overboard and scuttle off. Yeah, and in here it looks like it got a lot of weapons and utensils and more contraband. And Nora, the sea serpent has arrived, folks. Hi, serpent. Yeah, so she's gonna make this fun. But yeah, all my cooking utensils and pots. Like I got big pots, I got small pots, I got frying pans. You need something cooked, I got it in here. That reminds me, I got to get a couple friend spatulas in here. Hi. Yeah. Cat butt. Cat butt. So yeah, this is the little grill space that they're using. It's sad. It's a ball joint brick with some grill pieces on top. But that's just how these folks roll. All right, let me get this back in here. Yes, girl. I know you are present. People are saying hi to you. I gotta make sure this sits flush, so I gotta get the things out from underneath the contrabands. Get that in there. Hi. It is fun to revisit sets, especially ones that I've worked on so much that like I've dialed everything in like pretty specifically, and this is one of those. Let's see, what do I got? Oh, I got a little treat inside the oyster there, clam or shell. Which one is it? I don't know, but I do have the center one set up with that on it, so that if you need to, you can actually remove these top deck pieces and use the crane that's on the mast to get down in there and pull that up and get access to that. So like if you want to get really involved with this set, you can. It's a joy for sure. Just like Nora Jean herself. Right, Nora? Yep. Okay. All right, so what are we gonna do inside here? Well, we're gonna anchor these barrels because I don't want it rattling when we're going side to side. I don't need gunpowder getting wet. I don't need it spilling. I don't need it getting lit on a torch or something like that, and then the whole ship go up. So we've got to make some rational adult decisions when we put these things in here. Yeah, Nora, I know. There we go. Gotta tuck those cannons back. There we go. Although I don't know why these are getting hung up a little bit. Okay, now I know. That's why. There we go. Yeah, sorry, folks. I'm trying to close this up and deal with Cat balancing on my lap at the same time. If the red thing can fly, she's always pondering if the red thing can fly. Her job is to test all the Lego to make sure it's workplace compliant and is not going to collapse on her or her sister or anybody else around here. Okay, so that's why I did this. 3 by, so I'm gonna need Nora, wait. People want to see you, girl. If you're going to be here, be seen. There we go. I'm going to take a couple minifigure stands because it's going to work for our purposes here. So what do you think, Nora? Should we do anything extra in here? Or was there any other nautical bits I had sitting aside for this thing? Is that a no? Okay. There we go. All right, so minifigure ones, you know, they got that stud down the center. Plus, if it were to be 4x4, it would be impeding the removal of those deck bits. So by doing this, I should be able to, make sure I got enough clearance to get that out. Plus, not have all these rattle around. Yeah. Hey, what's going on, Alexander? Oh yeah, this is actually it's red. It's just the way my camera makes it look. It's completely red. But it's when you get all this red in one spot, you know, your mind will say, hey, it's brighter than that should be. All right, and that in there. Yay! And we got our barrel stowed. And then we got to stow this clam. Yeah, that's gonna go right here. Yeah, so at one point we had hammocks in here. Those got removed. Most of everything, and you know, now inside everything is a little bit more well attenuated and spaced out. People can move around. I don't really have like a hatch to get up to the top, but like if they need to, they can pop up one of these other hatches. They can figure something out. They're ingenuitive enough, right, Jeans? All right, so now we'll get her reassembled because like I didn't have to do anything here, and I'm excited about that. Yeah, so below decks we're looking good. Does anybody have any suggestions for like color cues on top? Because like I said earlier, one of the things I've been wanting to do with this is try to work the light gray in a little bit more. Maybe I could have it coming up here in the front a bit, but the thing is like this bow piece does go a little bit up above where this gray is. So it kind of cuts off there. And I mean, it works all right, but it's just something in the back of my mind. I'm like, it can be a little bit more improved, or it can be improved a little bit more. I don't know. Whichever your take on the reading of that is. Yeah. And then the deck pieces, they just attach to the outside. So there's no studs in the center. They just clamp right on down. Oh, I got to put the fish back inside. Actually, you know what? Nah, I'm going to put them on the net. There. Going back in. More lavender for show. Let's here. All right. Our spiral staircase. How did I have that? Where did I have that? It's right there. I think it was right there. Yeah, there we go. Right, nope. One more. Come in. Yeah, come in, Come in. All right, and then poke our fishing poles back through the deck here. And then, okay, here's something we got to do. We got to find a way to secure this keg a little bit. Because the keg is going to go on deck right over here by the spiral staircase. So whatever the contents of that keg might be, the good people of the ship may be able to enjoy it and enjoy it that much more fully. Also, why do I have black plates there? Didn't I have any red plates for that? What? Oh, that's why. Oh, that's kind of lame. It's kind of a compromise, but it's lame. Sorry, I'm just looking at things on the deck, and then oh my god, I'm talking about I don't have a hatch, and I look, oh my god, I had a hatch the whole time. There's there's a hatch for below decks. You kind of see right over there on the side. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I'm surprising myself with things I've already done. It's never a great feeling. It's always a little bit awkward. All right, Kat. So yes, lavender lug. It's definitely going to become a thing. Craggle. Nay, we shan't use the craggle. Nevermore shall the craggle rear its ugly head. I'm going to see if I have some inverted arches here. If I can find maybe 4 of the right ones, yeah. If I can find 4 of the right ones, it should work. Because I mean, I don't want it to be locked down, because if I need to move things about on deck, I want to be able to pick it up and shift it. But let's see. We got 1. We got 2. That's not right. Oh, no. There we go. Got them. I knew I had them. I knew they were in here. Nora, you doubted me. All right. So let's see. They are. I'll use this background over here so you can see a little bit better, because like our definition is not horrible today. We're not in Minecraft zone. We're definitely, I don't know, pre-HD, but all right. So yeah, and it's made a little saddle, and we're just gonna put it right in the saddle. Not any kind of a euphemism. Hi. All right, so we're installing her over here on decks. This is such a relief, y'all. This is something I wanted to do for so long. And just get this thing anchored down, because I was like, all right, this is like the last barrier, because like this barrel was a very last minute thing. I got it on a bricklaying quarter, and I was like, that's got to be some kind of grog or something for the crew. It's so nice. Yeah, and it just fits right on there. This dang rudder again. It's for copter rudder. But yeah, you can see I got to figure out a way to lock it in, of course, from the top, but it nestles it perfectly a little bit there. But yeah, that rudder is a pain in the stuff. All right. Saturday was its inception. Oh, craggle, that cyanoacrylate. Yeah, lavender lug is there is a lavender pirate chest actually, and if Nora is moderately cooperative, I will fish that out from underneath this table. Just need you to be moderately cooperative, girl. You don't have to put too much effort into it. Just a little bit. Thought I had it in here. Oh, here's a lavender wash basin. Oh, sure, I had it in here. Unless I used it somewhere else, because it's awesome and it's a lavender. Might even be in there. All right, so I got various crates. I have medium. Oh, that's a light nougat. That's a light nougat chest. That's dicey. More fishing poles. I got the night bus bunk. I can do something with. Get another thing there. Girl, what did I do with that thing? Where's that? Okay. It's not in here. I think I took it and set it aside because for the very reason it was lavender. Shucks howdy. There might be another side. Checking the other side. Only one barrel of rum. Well, that's why they're pirates, yo. They you got to go out and get more rum. We don't have 99 barrels of beer on the wall. We don't have 99 bottles or barrels of rum. We just got the one. Let's see. All right. So complete circle there, and I mean it'll slide in and is removable, but I don't want it to look too clunky. So. And we have, as far as color options for locking that in, we got dark red, we've got dark gray. We might also have purple, but I don't know if purple is going to work there. Yeah. All right, so let's see. Let's scoot a little bit. Uh-oh, lavender lugs being bandied about. Oh, yeah. The end of the boardwalk. Yeah, lavender lugs just something that's come around mostly because of all the anti-lavender hate that's going around out there. And, you know, lavender is a beautiful color. It really is. Like medium lavender and lavender, so nice. And they don't deserve all the disrespect that they're getting. So, like, we would... In order to combat the hate, you have to actively love, right? So you got to get out there. You got to show representation. You got to show your support for lavender. So yeah, if you make a lavender build, go out there, tag it lavender lug. This is underground and unofficial, and is not anything that, you know, there are going to be groups of people meeting for lavender lug. No, this lavender lug is just a show of affection for the color. And so if you're out there and you make a great build with lavender, put lavender lug in it. Also, if you know somebody who doesn't appreciate lavender as much as they should, who, you know, might have their heart opened by your build, go ahead and tag them in it. Just to, you know, just spread the joy. Yeah. Here I am all talking and waxing nonsensical and forgetting to put away the arches set out. Okay. There we go. All right, so I think dark red is going to be the choice I go with here for the top. Not 100% happy with it, but black wouldn't stand out at all. Like, it would kind of bury and muddy things. Purple just wouldn't be appropriate. You know, like if I had a light lavender in that, that would be keen, but I don't. So we're going to go dark red because dark red differentiates itself from the rest of the deck just enough. You know what's going on there, but I am going to scoot these arches a little bit closer. Just because barrel's gonna run away on us, yo. That's a huge. I was gonna say a word. That is just a huge barrel. That's all it is. All right, so let's check this out now. Had to skip back a little bit because I do have that hook piece on that deck bit, that graded deck bit. There. Properly installed for the grog. All right, now I'm just going to put something across the top on that. Oh, better make sure that I can actually get the, got to get the sails back on the ship. Oy vey. Okay. No, it can't be 6. Or, no, I don't think I can shoot. Maybe... Yeah, I can see the impression left by the dust that I got to move that because it's not going to work there. The dusty old sails that are sitting over to the side. Let's see, is lavender not Liz's favorite color? I don't know. She dressed in yellow, but like on my Liz mech here, I do have lavender accents on the top. You can't really see them in the light there too well. Like, look at this girl. She's holding on. Like, I'm like leaning over here, but she's desperately trying to stay on his lap. But yeah, you can see a little bit of lavender accents at the top, and there's lavender accent inside the cockpit there. Because Liz is awesome, and it goes really well, really well with yellow. Like surprisingly well with yellow. Like I hadn't clue. I should have known, but I didn't. All right, let's put that back down. Get that back on there. All right, Liz, girl. Let's see. Yeah, sales are important, so the sales will be going back on here. I just wish I had a good way to put that thing on deck. Coffee. Stunt your growth today. All right, so I got to figure this out. I'm perturbed by this occurrence. Okay, so if I go sideways with it, that's going to impede taking the deck pieces off there. Now, see, that's going to be 6 by. So can I incorporate it into the top deck? I'll turn this around so I get a good angle at what I'm actually looking at and working on. And maybe, just maybe, you get to see the rudder fall off again, because that's something that happens every 5 seconds, or when you breathe hard, or when the atmospheric pressure changes. All right, Kat, I'm scooting. There we go. All right. I'm going to peek in here real quick again, just to see if that lavender is indeed in here. Because it was a light lavender one. I know it. I saw it. Nora, I saw it. I know it exists. I know it's real. You can't lie to me anymore about it. Oh, she can still lie to me about it. She's still going to tell me. You're still going to tell me the sun is up. And, yeah. Shoot. Looking behind me real quick just to see. God, I know I had that thing setting out. I know I did. Criminy. Okay. Oh. Boom, y'all. The cannons are going off. This is not good. Something else I did have set aside to go in here and to try and see if it'll work is one of those pullback motors, right? That Lego has. It's like you pull it back, and this one's actually got a little button on it, and you butt it. You butt it. Yeah, that's what they call pressing a button. You butt it. You press the button, and the reel or the axle bit goes, off a spring. So I'm thinking, would that be a good way to make a little anchor, like a self-relay anchor, so as you pull it out, it winds itself up, and then when you want it to reel back in, you just press the button and shoot. So I'm gonna see if I can find that, and then see if we can execute that. if I have any luck on where I put things. All right, are you in the Bionicle drawer? Gotta be in the Bionicle drawer. It is not in the Bionicle drawer. It's also not under the drawer that's underneath the Bionicle drawer, nor the one above it. And that's big plates. That's bricks. Criminy. Oh, wait. Even here. This is like the sorting drawer. This is like big pieces left over from the shuttle. Pieces in general from the space area that I tore down. Yellow is a complementary color to purple. Looks great. Yeah. Thank you. I'm going to lose my mind. I can't find anything. This is not a good way for an organized person to be, because then you feel like the world is out of control. Then you have to organize everything, right? I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just blabbering right now because I can't find that thing. Nora, what did you do with it? Totally blaming you, kid. All right, maybe it's in the action. I have actionable bits here. So like things that are going to be coming up in a build or something like that are sitting aside and mostly in these pick-a-brick cups. Yes, there we go. Making sure there's nothing else pirate related that's in here. Set it back up there. All right, so yeah, here's the bit. Here is the thing. Yeah, Thanos mask can totally be the mascot for Lavender Lug. All right, so wind up motor, right? Wound up, you press the button, spins. So that's the principle. We're going to see if we can make this work. Oh, Thanos and Lavender, yo, it's what he do. All right, so let's see. Our existing anchor. Get the chains back right here. There we go. Our existing anchor, as you can see, it's on the Technic pins as it sits there in the deck. And okay, it's actually it's kind of a click reel, which is good. It means it's not going to just randomly roll out whenever. But in order to do this, we're not going to be able to use this bit here. Is Thanos really gone, or was he spared by the uppers? Thanos is never really gone. Thanos can be summoned from like the depths of nothingness and the void and all that stuff. Like, because he has been. Like, Thanos has been created whole cloth out of no molecule existing and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, Thanos can come back. Thanos will come back. That's Thanos is an inevitability. That's just the way it is. All right. Let's see this up here. That's not going to work either. Blast. Unless we go side. No, shucks. I don't know if there's any way I'm going to be able to keep this keg on deck anchored unless I compromise a lot. I'm not looking to compromise at all, so try this. Man, wouldn't you just know it? As the old folks say, don't that just beat all? Which I don't know why they say things like that. That's why I don't hang out with old people. Let's try this out. All right, I know this is like a plate off. Yeah, that's not great. Shoot. Okay, well, all right, crew, you better get drunk tonight because I don't know how long this thing is going to stick around. All right, so for this thingy here, do I have a stringed up winch right now? I don't know. Yeah, Dracula. Oh, for sure, yo. Yeah, I mean, Dracula, it doesn't matter how many times or how many Belmonts you have. Like, sorry about that. Dracula's going to be coming back. Baby girl is getting a little anxious here and she wants some food. So I'm going to step away for 2 seconds, go get her some food. And then I will tree right back. Yeah, I know. I'm going to go get your food. For sure. You couldn't wait 20 more minutes? Really? Couldn't. She couldn't. All right, your fuzzy highness. There you go. It's all set up. Food is down. I'm not going to take you to it because I'm not going to be a chauffeur today. All right, so hopefully she finds it, and hopefully she's happy and she doesn't harass me much more today. Sorry, y'all. Tree right back. Yeah. Nets are super rare for me too. Yeah. I had to track them down. I paid probably 80 cents each if my mind is working correctly and remembering things right. The same mind who can't find a lavender treasure chest, which is around here somewhere. But I think I paid 80 cents for them. The two 8x16 nets that I have are on my shrimp boat. But this is the third one. This is the square one. So that one's here on deck. All right, girl. So I don't know if I'm going to have anything to work on that winch. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Because, I mean, we don't know if we're going to install this winch or not. If it will work, it'd be awesome. If it doesn't, that's a whole lot of effort for nothing. So I want to do a test winch with another reel, and I've got actually two of them here. Hold on. What do you think? What do you think, Nora? Yeah, she's still here. She's still here, y'all. She comes down here and starts complaining about there not being food down. And then now she's like, well, I just want to stick around and see what happens. It's my cat. All right. We're going to try this out. All right, girl. We're scooting. She may start typing. She's been known to. Yeah, she's been known to type. All right. Yes, there is a light. It's a light lavender chest, but there is a lavender chest, and it is around here somewhere, as well as like 4 pieces that just hit the floor for no apparent reason. All right. So what I have here is a crane top. It's got a winch. It's not an anchor winch, but if I want to use that anchor, because I do want to use this anchor, it's a big, huge, lovely anchor, right? And I want to keep that going. All right, check it out, anchor. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, I want to use that one, but I want to test and see if this theory of mine works. So I've got to break down this crane. This is the crane that came with the Capital City sets a couple years back. T got it for me. Went to the Lego store one day. I think it was birthday related or anniversary related. But anyway, it was quite welcome. It's awesome. All right, girl. Cross your fingers. Oh no, it runs through the thing. All right, well that'll function as an anchor. Okay, because I don't know if this thing is going to be loose enough for this thing to actually reel it up. So we're going to check it out. And they're going to sit even with each other. It's going to reel up that way. So yeah, we're proper on that. Now, girl, I need a plate. Just don't ever count on her to be helpful. Just count on her to be present when you would rather her take a siesta. All right. Fail. Or am I reeling it now? Nora, it's not working. Totally. It was a pipe dream. This thing doesn't have as much force on it as I would have thought. See if I can get it going here. Yeah, she is a diva. She's a total diva. Oh my God. Oh my freaking God. See, if I say that too much, she begins to think she's God because she's that much of a diva. Yeah, I see you over there right now, nuzzling those sails. like they've done something to you. Right. Let's see. And we press. Did that not do anything? Yeah, totally didn't do anything. But I don't think the axle was long enough to reach into there, honestly, because this one itself has the axle bit in the dead center of that cylinder. So accessing that, I'm going to have to extend that, but that's going to reduce the torque. It's worth a shot, though, right? It's worth a shot. We're living dangerous. Nora's sniffing sails and coffee. Trying to work with a heavy winch, but like if I can't make this work, I mean, it's no big loss, right? I mean, it's so I got a pullback motor that I couldn't use for what I wanted it to. Big deal. I'll find something else for it. I always do. All right. We went so far as to click it. All right, I'm gonna anchor it in. She's now nuzzling books. She's marking books. Girl, don't you start drooling on that book. It's not cheap. Okay. All right. Test number 2. Let's see if it works. Oh, it made it longer. So I got it backwards. All right, strike that, reverse it. Nora, she's gone. Okay, all right. So we might actually be able to get this to work. Unfortunately, the final product is probably going to be too freaking huge for the deck. So, let's see. All right, reel it in. Sorry for all this trial and error, y'all. But like it turns out, there wasn't too much to rebuild on the ship today because the ship's actually mostly good. It's like in that spot where it's so good, it's like done. I can't do anything else to it other than like tear it all down and start completely fresh with something else. And I'm not going to do that. Yeah. The diva has left the room now. So let's see. All right. Thing in the thing. What am I doing? The whole principle is for it to wind up when you pull it out. So let's find out if it works correctly. Okay. Take 3. All right, so. Oh, there's a lot of resistance on that. It works. It works almost too good. If I do this, I'm gonna have to. If I do this, I'm going to have to guide this thread really well because it got eaten up over here on the side. All right. Shucks. Come on now. All right. So yeah, it works. Mostly kind of works. In principle and in actuality. So yeah. All right. So yeah, 15 minutes left to go. We're going to see if there's a way to install it. Plus, we got to get the sails back on. And we have to either come up with a solution for the keg or admit defeat, which neither of them sound like they're going to be exactly easy propositions. All right. So I'm going to keep an eye on it when I do it this time here, just to see. And then, after this test, we're going to call it a good thing and then reel out. And somehow I screwed it up. Probably put it on backwards. You know what? Yeah. Honestly, honestly, there's not going to be enough space on deck for it, even if I do figure it out. Because what are we talking about? 6 wide by 2 by 4. So it would have to be 4 wide at some point, which would probably be back there, pressing the button, doing the things. And I mean, if there were axle access on this, like I would totally do it, because this is going to, I know this is going to be anchored securely in the deck. The anchored, right? Yeah. But if that were on there, I couldn't guarantee the stability of the whole system. So, I mean, we're keeping it old school, but that's all right. We don't need to modernize this boat. This thing doesn't go anywhere under at least any, the only power on here is like wind power. So, and that's the only thing getting you from point A to point B. No steam. No steam, no hydro drives or any funky thing that I could probably come up with. And now my head, yeah. Now the masthead's going crazy. But I mean, it's my fault too for having like 4 sets of chains come off it. Because of course I had to go that far. All right. And you and on and up, and it's got a nice droop to it. Good, we're in. All right, we got that set. We got the mop bucket reinstalled. Those are on there. This is going to be coming up. Grog, question mark. So we'll find out. Lift up the keg into the net. That could be a thing too. That could be a thing. That originally I had the keg like suspended in the like 2 of the strings with studs on the end. I had a couple of those wrapped around and other things, so it kind of looked like it was hoisted on the ship. But that was when it was in dock in the city, back when it was the city had kind of a dockish area, way back in the long ago. All right, so I'm going to actually flip the ship around because this is the way I got the sails set. All right, so one last look at the deck. Be as folly. And here we go. Some of our flags have fallen off, but that's all right. We can fix that. Yeah. Right there. And this here. Brigid needs to stay on deck the whole time. That's how, she's like a hardcore sailor. All right, there. And yes, I do have a seagull on top. Girl, your food's down. Right. And on deck here. Sail here. Your back extended. Anchored. And that's back on deck. And then pull our rigging tight. Make sure it's taut. And pin back in. All right, boom, we're on it. Yar, mateys. So yeah, there we go. And you been here. And then I've got another one of these crank reels up here for the winch. There. So yeah, there's the net. Where did I put my? That was about to sound really bad. I was about to be like, where did I put my dinghy? And you come up with whatever answers you want for that one. Yeah, we're getting pretty late in the stream here. All right, so and every time I take these off, like these flags aren't on with the best of connections, but we'll put them back on there. And remember, when you have ships on a boat, or ships on a boat, when you have sails and flags on a boat, they should be blowing forward because the wind is coming from your rear, ideally. Yep, I said wind is coming from your rear. I did. My maturity is gone, folks. It is no more. There we go. This is here. You're good there. We got the keggity keg, which is still floating about. You know, there we go. Oh my God. Solution for the keg. Nope, not a solution for the keg. What's wrong with me? Teasing myself with delusions of ideas that work. Okay. All right, so we got our ship. We got our little dinghy. We got Brickanista at the helm doing the pilot thing. We've got our Buccaneer here. She is running things in the bow area. We've got Toki Watanabe, doing his thing. I don't really think I have, like, this guy isn't on the manifest, so I don't know what I'm going to call him, but he could be Hurley. I'm just saying. Hurley? Yeah. So Hurley is right there. Captain Redbeard, what's going on there? Yes. And then once I get everybody on, we're going to try the keg in the net just to see how it looks. She's like an assassin, because a fish assassin. But yeah, Alexander was talking about these covers earlier. They are awesome, and I'll show you something wonderful about these Canon area covers. That's a clip plate. That is a 4x4 plate with 2 clips on the end. That's how simple this mechanism is, and awesome. Now, the original ship, when I got it, came with 4 of these. I had to get 4 more. So I had to get like another set of runners and stuff, or these little black bits plus that, because that's a solid piece, the black bit. Like, it looks like it's slopes, but it's not. It's like a solid bit with a bar through the center and a 4x4 opening in there. So good stuff. Doc Sampson's here. What up? Solution for the keg: drink it. We're on a pirate ship, yo. So yo ho ho, and pass that keg. Come on, Ape. He's still upset because I took his tail off. That's what his whole griff is. Then we got our Spear Hunter. A lot of these folks are just customs that I got on here, and I mean, outside of your workaday captains and Hooksy Wooksy. Yeah, I just called him Hooksy Wooksy. I cannot go back from that. And once again, with this lovely medium green, it's not spring green. It's a little bit more rich than spring green. It's not lime. There's more blue. There's more blue in there than lime, or more blue than yellow. No, that's not. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I need to hydrate. I need some food. I need to get some of that sweet keg action. It's probably what I need to do. Anyway, got this cat back on deck now. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to throw the dinghy on deck. Because we can. Because our deck is that huge that we can fit everything we need to on the ship. Like, that's why I only have one pirate ship. That's why Pirates of the Barracuda Bay. It's beautiful, but I don't need it because I've got my ship, and I don't want to divide my allegiance between my crew and the new kids on the block. It's because this thing has been it's been with me for my entire Bricklink life. I'll say it like that. Yeah, we'll go. I got BL, or pre-Bricklink and post-Bricklink life. Post-Bricklink life, forget about it. Pre-Bricklink life, like, oh, that's cool. I wish it came with more parts. That's pre-Bricklink life. So we'll try the keg and the net. Oh, that's pretty nice. It wraps it up nicely. We're going diagonal here with it. And I love that these hooks have studs on either side that you can just crack it on in there. So we'll crank it up a little bit more. There. And there's the keg. I should probably take the tap off though, because I mean, something bad is going to happen. Oh, there's a starfish in the net and 2 silver fish. Well, they're now in the lavender basket. Because we can't find the lavender chest. What the heck happened to the lavender chest? I remember seeing it about the time I was working on the Nautilus. Oh, shucks howdy. It's got to be here somewhere. It's got to be here somewhere. It's got to be here somewhere. All right. All right. So yeah, there's the pirate ship. There's Bea's Folly. It's been so long since I had a good chance to get this set out and play with it again. And I love it so much. I really do. Yeah. And it's like an adventure, like all in one, like everything you need here. That's the great thing about a ship, right? It's like everything you need is on that ship until you get to port, or at least everything you're going to need to get you to the next port, like provisions wise, right? Or at least you hope so, or else you have like a Robert Louis Stevenson tale on your hands. So yeah, this thing, love it so much. And I'm just surprised I didn't really have to do anything with it today. Like nothing stood out really that said, hey, you need to update me because you're slacking, son. You slacking. Not even this seagull could give me any crap today. But I'm going to hear it now because I can't find that lavender chest. People are going to be like, you're slipping, man. What happened to you? Sorry, I was about to go into a bit there, and then I remembered it was by Samuel L. Jackson, so I dialed it in a bit. All right, so yeah, that was our day. That's my set. That's my pirate ship. That's like my heart of operations in town. I tried to get it in the port for the longest time over there by Wayne Manor, where I had the water area and the lighthouse. I had the ship, and I had the, this, you can roll up the sails too and put them on deck because of course you can. So yeah, it's very fun. And I want it to be in the city, but like when you put it in the city, it just shows you how much it doesn't want to work with the city, or at least not that close to it. There needs to be a degree of removal, like a good road between the docks and the rest of the stuff. So it won't look just right in this room set up like that. But that's why I try to do the other independent area over here with the water back there. And that actually made the ship look good, but I couldn't nail the underwater area to save my life. I couldn't make that look decent. And now that we have, got Daily Bugle, Ninjago City Gardens, and the diner, which was my first modular and still is technically my only modular set. Because I got those now, that whole area is used up. But that's okay, because anyway, I want to, and we're probably going to end up working on this next stream because I did the pirate ship to lead into this. Okay, because this is kind of a big thing. Well, it's going to be big once I find a home for the Hidden Side folks. So yeah, underneath this table here, you can see all that. That is going to be the underwater area. And once I get my stuff together and start working with it. So it's going to be 6, 10, 32 by 32s going across. And then I've got, 28 inches of space from the bottom to the table above it. And when I went and got these tables from IKEA, I also got I got extra table tops so that I could use those sat on the floor as another thing. And then of course I got the idea from Jang because like that dude's tables are like immaculate. But also I was kind of upset too because like the way I originally had my table set up, like they were the dimensions of base plates, so they were like 20 by 40, so you could get 8 base plates on the table. And that was my whole zeitgeist. But of course, being a 20 by 40 table, it wasn't 20 by 40. It was a little bit less. So everything hung over the edge. And then you have those rounded, bits at the corners of it. So there's that. So tables are awesome. The tables are good. Pirate ship is fun. Unfortunately, no place to really put it interacting with the city at the moment. I haven't figured out a good solution for that. But when I do, you guys are going to be the first to know. We also took a look today at Lizmec. Lizmec for the win. Lizmec for the people. Lizmec to take on Stephanie and her evil animal stealing empire. Yeah. So that's going to be the focus. Like the mock is built like what I want. What I want Liz to be in is all set. Now I need to come up with some kind of a story for it. I don't want to just like take a pic of the mock. I mean, I totally could. Mocky mech. But like I want to have like some kind of face off between her and Stephanie, trying to shut down the whole operation. Because we know what's really happening there. Like truth is being exposed and it's coming out slowly over time. We'll see this thing play out in the course eventually, I'm sure. But for now, I want to play out the story just in that challenge and in one single photo. I don't want to do like a series of photos. I want to be able to tell it in one shot. So that's what I'm going to be working on this week or so and trying to figure that out and come up with it because I got time. I was early on it. Let's see. I'm just going to catch up here real quick. Yeah, the Barracuda Bay. Now, I can't say, Zach, that I haven't been tempted by the Barracuda Bay multiple times, almost every time I check out at the Lego site, because it's such an awesome set. And, like, there's a whole ton of awesome tan, sandy bits and all that medium azure that, like, I love for water. So, thought it was mine. Technically, I mean, the hull is from a junior set. One of the sails is from a junior set. A couple of the larger pieces at the bow and stern are from a junior set. Everything else in between, that's mock. That's like that thing has been mocked and remocked and remocked and remocked and remocked. I mean, you could call it a mod just because the original thing didn't come with it much at all. But yeah, that's for sure nothing what it looked like originally. You can go and look at the thing. You can see like two sails, one mast, and actually there was a molded bit that went at the stern of the thing that looked like it was supposed to be a cabin, but it was like it kind of had like that Spanish Armada curvature to it, and it was only the back end with the windows. So I ditched that a long time ago. But thanks, Zach. Goonies soundtrack picture disc, nice. Yeah. Speaking of Goonies. Speaking of Goonies, I could put Sloth on that thing. I could totally do that. I'm going to do that. He's actually hanging out at the superhero party right now. It's like a heroes villains mixer going on there on the second floor. So once I get Sloth out of that, once he's done, he's going over to the pirate ship and he's going to be like, "Hey, you guys," and I'm going to be like, "Hey, man, what's going on? You bring any Baby Ruth?" And he's like, "Baby Ruth." So yeah, it's gonna be a fun party tonight on the ship for sure. Grog is already getting to me, y'all. The grog is already getting to me, and I'm just like whiffing the fumes, trying to bring it on board. Some strong stuff. Yeah. So that's time. Thank you everybody for hanging out. Next week we're gonna try and work on some underwater stuff because I need help. That's something that I need help. I've asked Monica a few times when I was working on it before, and she helped me zero in visually the whole thing, but in the end, I just kept failing at it. So I'm gonna come to you folks. We're gonna solve this. We're gonna get this underwater spot looking decent because I love Lego sharks so much I can't even put it into words. Really, I just can't. So we're gonna work on that next week. Bricks by the Bay is coming up, so we're gonna be coming back to you after that, and we'll do like a little quick recap of that whole thing. Yeah, and rewind the stream. You can see all the sweet little sets I got in my bulk haul this week. And yeah, there it is. Also, if you want to do the rebrick this June 21, check it out, follow it, make your own stuff too if you want. If you want to get that set, $15. Was it Creator Set 31112 for the Wild Lion set. I've got mine kind of tucked away over here. I've again just reaped all the flame yellow or flame orange or whatever you want to call that color. I just ripped it all out of there because I'm using it for another mock. So I might have to get a third wild lion if I want to do another build for that. So hashtag rebrick this June 21. Check it out. Also, many other amazing things going on in the world. Get outside, enjoy some air. I'm about to go mow my lawn because, yeah. Anyway, take care, everybody. I'll see you again next week. Yeah. I keep wanting to say things that are kind of hokey and like there might be one or two swear words in there. And I'm trying to keep this PG-13. So anyway, take care, y'all. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be unto you. Much love. Thanks for checking everything out. And yeah, we got the ship together. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Thanks. Peace.